creatures too. But he was so tough that he grouped them all at the same time and used a rattlesnake to tie him up when he was done.
And finally, it's been said that one time Davy Crockett saved the earth by unfreezing the sun.
Well, that's just a plain old ordinary lie!
Only Davy Crockpot was strong enough, smart enough, and brave enough for earth-saving work like that. And here's the real story of how it happened.
It all started one summer morning in the middle of July when Davy Crockpot woke up with cold toes.
What's going on? My toes are freezing.
Crockpot looked down at his feet. His wool socks were blocks of ice.
That's when Davy Crockett came stomping through the woods, hollering for help.
Unfortunately, Davy Crockpot had no idea what Crockett was saying because Crockett's words froze in midair. So he took off the crockpot he wore for a hat and he plucked Crockett's frozen words from the air and popped them into the pot until they thawed.
Crockpot, we got us a problem. I know I have cold toes. It's worse than that. Look.
Crockett pointed to the sunrise. The summer sunlight was turning to ice.
Davy Crockpot knew where cold weather came from. He jammed his crockpot back on his head and hustled north.
Follow me.
Crockett trailed behind him, slogging through the ice and snow.
And when the two men got to the North Pole, it didn't take Crockpot long to figure out what had happened. He pointed out the problem to Crockett.
Looky here. This comet must have got too close to Earth. Its tail's all tangled up, and now the Earth can't spin right. No wonder the sun froze. But I bet I can fix it.
Davy Crockett tried to untie the club's tail, but even his strong hands couldn't do it.
This thing here is not enough worse than the intestines of a backflipping grizzly bear with indigestion. It ain't budget.
Davy Crockpot used a different approach. Instead of trying to outmuscle the knot, he folded his arms across his chest and glared at the comet.
If you don't get yourself off the roof over here, I'm gonna go fetch my hound dog tail and she's gonna chew your tail right off.
Well, that comet knew Davy Crockpot's hound dog Haley could drool an entire lake of slobber in a single day. And no way did that comet want his tail chewed off by a hound dog and his lightning stingus by a bunch of dog spit, so...
The comet unknotted itself, lickety-split.
As soon as the comet had untied itself, Davy Crockpot grabbed its tail in one huge hand, twirled it around his head, and flung it back into outer space like he was throwing a boomerang.
Davy's boomerang throw is why that same comet keeps circling back around to visit Earth every 75 years or so.
And Davy's hound dog threats why we call it Haley's Comet even to this day. But
Even with the comet untangled, the Earth still couldn't spin because it had been stuck too long and the sun had frozen in place.
now, Davy Crockett was a brave man, but even he wasn't brave enough to face the prospect of an entire Earth turning into an eternal icicle.
We're doomed!
Davy Crockpot rolled his eyes.
Oh, stop, you're worried. I'll use my hat.
He snatched a crockpot off his head and tried sliding the sun into it to thaw. Unfortunately, the sun was too big.
I knew it! We're down!
But Davy Crockpot was too smart to have his plan undone by a small problem or a small pot.
He jammed the crock pot back on his head and started to think the deepest, most profound, philosophical thoughts ever thunk.
He meditated about the meaning of life.
He reflected on the relationship between space and time.
And he contemplated the practicality of inventing crocodile skin raincoats.
With each new thought, Davy's head grew. Wow!
And then grew some more.
Wow! Faster than a potter could play dead, Davy Crockpot's head was bigger than the sun.
And since he'd been wearing his hat while he'd been doing all this thinking, the crockpot was bigger than the sun too.
Davy took the crockpot off his head and slid the sun into it.
But
The polar bear hadn't paid the electric bill, so none of the North Pole's electrical outlets worked. The crockpot's cord dangled uselessly.
Davy Crockett started to panic.
We're down! You're not going to
Davy Crockpot took the crockpot's electrical cord and he rammed that two-prong plug right up his nostrils!
You see, all of Davy Crockpot's deep philosophical thinking done more than just giving him a super side brain. It had also given him a supercharged brain.
The electricity zipped from Davy's brain and out his nose, powering up the crockpot lickety-split.
Within minutes, the sun had thawed and started moving across the sky again.
Davy Crockpot winked at Davy Crockett as he slid his hat back onto his head.
Told ya.
Then, right before the sun rose out of reach, Davy Crockpot nipped two tiny slivers of sunlight from the end. He stuffed each sliver into his socks.
I hate having cold toes.
And with that, Davy Crockpot headed home to Tennessee.
My name's Wyatt, and I play narrator 1 and 3.
My name is Jack, and I play narrator 2.
My name is Violet, and I play Davy Crockett.
My name is Hannah, and I play Davy Crockett.